welcome to Rose Red Homestead, and do we have a surprise today?
And we love it.
So you recognize my sister Cindy, and she's here for a special reason.
So happy to be here.
So you're down here because you just had a family reunion.
First time in many years, had all of my children and their families together, and we had a delightful time.
Oh, that's great. And so I'm glad that you and John were able to stop by. This is fun having you in my kitchen instead of me in your kitchen.
Well, thank you, and we love to be here. And nutrition has always been important in my family, and I had a conversation with a daughter-in-law who's 2-year-old. All he wants for dinner is beans and rice. And so we had a conversation about trying to meet the needs of today's families, and protein bowls came up.
So protein bowls, tell me what protein bowls are.
Well, I'm fascinated by them because in our day when we were raising children, it was casseroles. And then restaurants came out with skillet suppers. And now they've come out with protein bowls. But I think we know a lot more about protein today than we did when you and I were raising our children.
We absolutely do, and it is just fascinating to know what the different ways are that protein can be prepared. And with the advent of more and more plants coming into popularity with their protein, these protein bowls have lots more diversity than they would have in our day.
They do, and things are available to us, and we love normal and natural proteins and how to incorporate them into a family meal plan. And so we were fascinated by the ideas of protein bowls. And some proteins, as you know, with vegetables are not complete. Animal proteins are always complete, but you put the two together and they're power packed. If you just have vegetable proteins alone, you complement them with different kinds of vegetable protein. But then you add a meat protein to it, and everything is completed and happy, and the nutrition goes out the door.
Oh,
Out the window, not the door.
All right, so, and the beauty of protein bowls, it is a meal in one dish.
It is. And when you make the components, you have more components for the next time. You cook a lot of black beans for today, and you have some for later in the week.
So that's always very efficient, and
It
you
is.
and I are focused on efficiency
We
as
do like
we
that.
were trained in that way growing up. So we got to talking, and we should do a book.
We ought to. We owe it to everyone to.
Yes, of course we do. So we have an announcement.
We do.
We've done it, and here it is. This is the manuscript for our book that is available today. It is called 24 Plain and Fancy Protein Bowl Recipes Using Fresh or Stored Foods by both Cindy and me. And since Cindy came up with the idea, she's first author on this. No, my first author. I'm first
You
author
are.
on this one.
You
It was
are.
my turn.
It's respect.
Oh, or age, one or the other. So we're taking turns. This is our second book together. Cindy was first author on the first one. I'm taking first authorship on this one. So that the interesting idea with this is that protein bowls are easy to do if you have all the foods available in stores the way we do right now. But what about times when the grid is down, society is altogether different, fresh foods are not needed? Could we still do protein bowls with just our food storage food? And so that's what we have done with our 24 recipes. 12 are the fancy ones.
Ta-da! I'm the fancy side.
And then 12 are taking that very same recipe and doing a plain version. And plain doesn't mean plain like ugly. It just means foods from our food storage. So we're going to show you one of the dishes from the book. You go first, Fancy.
Thank you, thank you. So this was one of the first recipes that we tried out. It is blackened shrimp. What is the name of this one? I
It's
took the
called-
paper. Blackened shrimp with several different kinds of proteins. And we start out with lean protein, which in this case is the shrimp, but in other recipes it's other lean meats. We also have some vegetarian ideas for you too. But look at the protein packed in blackened shrimp, wild rice with black beans. We have a grain, and it might even also have some lentils in it for a legume. We have some corn for a grain. We have black beans for a legume. We have shrimp. This protein is in nearly every offering that we have here. So we garnish it with some fresh lime, which is also in the recipe, and avocados for color and flavor and a little bit of fat.
All right, doesn't it just look yummy? So this is my version made with food storage. And so let me run down the very same list. So these limes, freeze dried and reconstituted, and they are squishy and they still have the taste to them, so that's great. In the book, I talk about if you don't have this fancy wild rice mixture with herbs, then just mix a couple of different rices with some legumes or maybe some orzo, and just sort of make your own interesting mixture of a rice-based dish. And then the blackened shrimp, it is from freeze-dried shrimp. This
Aren't they beautiful?
Oh, Jim found these at our neighborhood market. And they freeze-dried beautifully, they reconstitute, and then when they are freeze-dried raw, then we cook them. We cooked all of this in the very same pan, even though some had been freeze-dried and reconstituted. Then the corn salad mixture features, instead of the red fresh bell pepper, it features these freeze-dried tri-colored peppers that I already have diced. And then the black beans, remember our video on fast beans? It was very quick to get these ready to go. And then the avocados, these are beautiful fresh avocados on Cindy's plate, but these are freeze-dried avocados. And here are mine. They came from this. Now you can reconstitute avocados, but they don't do as well. So these are left dried, and they're crunchy, and it gives a little bit of a crunch to the meal.
How fun is that?
So, like an avocado cracker.
And while we call them a protein bowl, you're able to stir everything together if you like. We separate for presentation and to show things. I wanted to comment about all of the fun we had putting these bowls together. Different rices we've used, different beans, different legumes, nuts and seeds, vegetable proteins that go together to complement and complete the amino acids that we need. And then the final touch, the finish, is the salsa. And which kind did we use?
This is the avocado.
The avocado cream, avocado cilantro lime dressing.
Creamy avocado cilantro lime dressing.
All right. You want me to do this?
Please do the honors.
Oh, that was a thrill.
I can never make mine look as pretty as Cindy makes hers look. So I'm gonna try it. Did you start on your rice? Yeah,
Yes.
you did. Oh, I made a mess.
We'll stir these up. Oh, that's beautiful.
Okay, so there you have it. I will put the link for the availability of the book right below this video. You can also go to our website and the link is there. We're so happy, our first publication while we wait for our food storage publication that is still with the editor. But we'll have a big announcement on that, we hope, by the end of summer. So thank you, and we will see you with our next big announcement.
This is so fun.